What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Investing Bros live show. It is Wednesday, October 16th, and Bitcoin is on the verge of making an amazing breakout that could send price possibly even as high as to 100K before December. But there's a lot of things between now and then that will have a major impact on what happens there. It'll be on the charts. It'll be in the news. Of course, the election season is right around the corner, and Donald Trump is taking a commanding lead. Over 60% on Polymarket today is predicting a Donald Trump win. That could be amazing for the space, as it would be very, very bullish. But also, for the third day in a row, we have over $1 billion of inflows into the Bitcoin ETFs. What does that mean? People are buying. But we're going to talk about all that and a whole lot more. Do not go anywhere. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. Yesterday, we gave someone $25 for that 300 likes by the 30-minute mark. Can we get there today? Go ahead and smash that like. But first, we got to roll the intro. Good afternoon, T-Shroom. I see you are not in your normal spot. You have a very bright background going on there. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing better than I deserve, Tim, and I'll tell you why. It's because it is the birthday of none other than my mom.
Old Mama Shrum.
Happy birthday, Mom. I hope that you are having a great day in the great city of Gainesville, Florida. How are you doing today, Tim?
Doing great, man. I'm doing very, very good. Had a lot of very productive morning, getting a lot of content shot and created.
Nice.
Hopefully, we're able to get that Chainlink price prediction out tomorrow morning. Shot that today, had it all good, but T-Stream's got to get it edited and put up. So hopefully his power is working to get that out by tomorrow morning. With that said, though, a lot of things going on. Let's see in chat. See a lot of great people in here. You know, someone put in here already, and we're going to talk more about this later. They said that the Polymarket polls or the Polymarket website does not reflect polls. Here's what I'll say to that, everybody. You know, there's no such thing as 100%, even Polymarket. But if we've learned anything in the last couple of elections, it is that the official polls that are released mean very, very little and are very misleading. The only reason why Polymarket is used by so many people is because it's actually where people are betting their hard-earned money on a particular outcome to happen. So while it's definitely not concrete, it's definitely not 100% certain, it has a higher likelihood of actually being accurate than any regular polling system does. So for that reason, that's why it is so very, very important. Listen, we got 3 weeks, at least 3 weeks until we actually have an election season. A lot can change, a lot can happen, but for now, there's going to be a factor of this rally. I'm not saying the entire thing is going to be according to the presidency and what's happening there in the next couple of weeks, but a portion of it absolutely is there because markets will be more confident if they see a Donald Trump presidency. On that note, we're going to transition into cryptocurrency, but I do want to make sure I point out, if you guys are interested, I put out a very long post last night, thought really hard about it. Go over to my X account if you want to hear my exact thoughts. I am not going to apologize anymore on this channel for my belief systems and how I think that the world should operate, even when it comes to politics. I don't love politics. I don't relish politics. I can't wait until we can stop talking about politics and get back to strictly talking crypto. But that being said, I'm tired of feeling like I have to dance around situations, dance around things, and hide my opinions. I have opinions. I believe they're valid opinions, and I respect anybody who agrees or disagrees with my opinions, but I'm no longer going to try to dance around it. I fully 100% support Donald Trump for president. Does that mean he's the greatest human being in the entire world? He's going to save everybody from all of their problems? Absolutely not. But if you want to learn more about that, go read my X post. I put a lot in there. I want to make sure you guys are aware. This doesn't mean for the next 3 weeks that Tim and T-Shroom are going to do nothing but talk politics. We are still going to do the best we can to talk nothing but crypto. But that does not mean that we are going to skirt around hard conversations, difficult thoughts, hard opinions that some of you might disagree with. If you do, I encourage you to stick around. It takes a lot, but one of the things that makes people amazing is when you have debates and conversations with people that disagree with you. If you shun or get rid of every voice that differs from your personal opinions, you're going to live a very lonely, selfish, and broken life. I challenge you, even if you're someone coming in here today saying, I don't want Trump, I'm not voting for Trump, that's completely fine. I want you to be here. I want you to be a part of our community. I want you to explain to me why you don't like Trump. But don't go and bash people just because they disagree with you. Don't disrespect them and try to cancel them for having a different opinion than you. That is how this world will get further and further down the broken road we're down. It's time for people to actually be brave, to stand up for what they believe in, and have hard conversations with people who disagree. That being said, T-Shroom, are you ready to talk about cryptocurrency today?
Tim, I am ready to talk crypto. Let's get into the bubbles.
Let's do it. All right, let's get in here. Look at our bubbles. Got some red, got some green. Big green ones are Hex, Helium, and Dogecoin. We haven't done Dogecoin technical analysis in a little while, T-Shroom. So today, Doge is on the menu. We're going to take a look at it. Some of the big red, Aptos, WorldCoin, and PopCat. We're not going to do any technical analysis on those, but they are down all above 7%. PopCat almost 10%. Our rundown today, in case you guys want to know what charts we're going to look at, of course, we're always going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart that's sitting at a high for the bull market. We'll take a look at Dogecoin. You know what? And we're going to go 2 for 2 here. It's rare that we do meme coins in general. We're going to take a look at Doge, and we're going to take a look at Bonk. Am I a big believer in Bonk? Do I hold a bag of Bonk? No, I do not, but I know there's a large portion of the community who does. I see you guys in the comment sections asking me repeatedly for my thoughts and updates on Bonk. Today, I will get into that. We're also going to take a look at AVAX, look at the Dixie chart, and check out NVIDIA as well for our stock chart of the day. If you guys are ready for that, go ahead and smash the like button. Let's get on into it, starting off with Mr. Dad of crypto. I don't know why I started there. That was an awkward transition. The dad of crypto, the biggest one in crypto, Bitcoin, sitting at a very, very important mark at the moment. We highlighted this section just a couple of days ago saying keep an eye on this zone right here around 67,700. Well, we've wicked above 68K. In fact, if you were to go to a lower time frame on the hourly chart, we've actually had several wicks go above 68K here over the last couple of hours. The problem, though, is can we actually make a move above this red line? This is so very important. This red line goes back to a trailing level of resistance that we have had since the all-time highs back on March 14th. You can see we've had several touches of this line. We've even had a couple of candle wicks break out above, like back here in June. The problem is, though, for this to actually be a firm breakout, for this to have a bullish end to the story, we not only need to break above and close one daily candle above this red line, we need to open and close a candle above that red line. So what does that mean? Well, let's start to see, does today's candle break and close for the first time above this red line? But then we'll have to wait for all day tomorrow to find out if we get open and close above it. If we do not close above this red line, then we're going to have to continue to wait for the next 2 days. I did tell you earlier this week, I thought that this weekend was the opening window for potential 70K back on the table. You can see here over the last couple of days or last couple of weeks, we have been setting these higher highs and higher lows. I do believe it's still a matter of time. We could get here as early as this weekend. We could wait another week or two. The good news is, though, the bulls are back. And I'll tell you this, when we break above this level, when we break above this red line, I do believe it is going to be some fireworks. I do not expect, ladies and gentlemen, for us to get into a slow sideways trend over here above 70K and just whittle our way this way in a very boring fashion. When this resistance is broken, when this long, what has this been now? It's from March till almost November. That's almost 7 months. This long 7-month volatile, but really boring and sideways price action. When that resistance finally gets broken, there is going to be a massive move to the upside. Why am I saying that? Oops, Did not know I still had the marker on. It's because of price action that we've seen in the past. Remember back here between the months of March of 2023 all the way into October, we had, of course, a very tight but volatile, sideways, boring price action for Bitcoin. But as soon as we broke above the resistance, you guys can see right here, back on October 23rd, it was off to the races as Bitcoin would go from $32,000 up to $49,000 within a couple of weeks, take a small cool off, and then over the next couple of weeks would shoot to brand new highs of $73,000. Well, the same is going to be true with this one. We've had our boring consolidation. When this resistance is broken, I'm not saying it's going to be a vertical line. I'm not saying 100K by the end of October, but during the month of November with this bullish breakout, there is an opportunity. Not I'm saying a probability, but an opportunity that Bitcoin could explode and reach closer towards $100,000 before December, or at least before the end of the year. The minor breakout that people are going to be looking at right here, in case you guys are wondering, is going to be this it's kind of a broadening wedge pattern, but we're going to call it even a channel if you want. This alone would send the price up closer towards $90,900. But if you were to take, for example, a flagpole pattern coming out here towards the weekly chart, there's going to be several people using two different ways to analyze this. But the more aggressive way, we're looking at a very, very, very explosive bull flag pattern with prices reaching upwards to 156. Even with the more conservative method coming back down here to January, you're still going to see the price breakout of Bitcoin making its way where? Right there at $101,000. These are explosive flagpole movements. When you get a breakout, more often than not, you repeat the same pattern of these breakouts. In this case, even in our conservative method, this took 7 weeks to get up get up to that level of its breakout. In the same breath, 7 weeks to accomplish it once again is what you could expect for a major breakout on Bitcoin. So we got a lot to still do here. I don't want to get people going too early. We got to start with that daily candle, break above resistance and hold above resistance. But once that is approved, once we clear this red level of resistance, just get ready. Open the doors. The horses are going to start running. It's going to get explosive. It's going to be amazing. You might also be saying, Tim, why do you think this is going to happen like this? Do you have any other reasons other than a potential flagpole? Well, one of the biggest reasons, even if you weren't looking at a flagpole, would be going back to what happened this time 4 years ago during an election season, post Bitcoin halving, and the beginning of the bull market. In this same timeline, this is just about the time the Bitcoin's price decided to take off, and look at this price action as it exploded over a period. Let's see how long it took. Over a period of simply 2 months, not even 2 months, 52 days, the Bitcoin price would explode by 85%. If you waited just a little bit longer, maybe went to about 3-month period, we saw a rally of 300% on Bitcoin. Am I saying we're going to match those numbers exactly? Not necessarily, but that explosive move, it's time for it to happen once again. We are right in line with the 4-year cycle. Will the 4-year cycle top stay around? That's something we're going to discuss later on next year. But for now, the 4-year cycle pattern of Bitcoin rallies into the halving event, goes sideways and boring for a couple of months after, and then explodes in October. That pattern is continuing, and it's looking like a repeat is on the way once again. Get your Bitcoin bags ready. Don't go anywhere. Put that Bitcoin into cold wallets so that no one can take it away from you. You're going to make a lot of money. Let's see. Let's keep going on, though. Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look as we look at some other charts here today. Bitcoin dominance continues to climb, reaching new highs this year. We're currently at 58.9% dominance. That's beating the peak we had here just a couple of weeks ago when we got to 58.57. That being said, I still think I'm going to continue to hold to my prediction I've had now for over a year and some change that Bitcoin dominance will peak out at or around 60%. It's probably likely that we go a little bit higher than that. If you start to turn on our Lux Algo indicators, you can see we have take profit levels on the daily and the weekly, both suggesting that 60% dominance would be an easy expectation. We could even go a little bit higher. This, of course, also goes right in hand with that 4-year cycle I just talked about with Bitcoin, where if you take a look at that October to December period of 2020. This was an explosive move in Bitcoin's price. It was also the last explosive move of the Bitcoin dominance chart. After this, in December of 2020, Bitcoin dominance would fall off a cliff as altcoins would take off and we would have alt season. Well, once again, as things are starting to rally, altcoins included, do not be surprised if Bitcoin rallies faster than everything else. The Bitcoin dominance chart climbs for one last good surge, peaks somewhere here right at or above 60%, and then falls off a cliff just like January of 2021. Alt season starts and people start making a whole lot of money. That's what we're still watching on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Let's go on into a coin we have not done technical analysis on for a while, but I got to find it on my list. I should have marked it beforehand, but it's going to be Dogecoin. How many people out there, if you hold Doge, if you love Doge, put 1 in chat and smash the like button. Let's see here. I'm going to vote on the poll myself. All right. I voted. Make sure you guys vote on the poll. I'm interested to see what you guys think. Let's take a look, T-Shroom, at what Dogecoin is looking at right now, starting off on the daily chart. We've made a major move above a former level of resistance here on Doge, similar to a lot of the altcoins right now. We've been in this falling channel. We broke above it here back at the end of September, retested that red line as support. This is all very, very bullish, something that we've been waiting to see for Dogecoin. The good news also would be the price prediction for this breakout should put Doge back up here towards 19 cents, a level we have not seen since back in April of this year. When we turn on Lux Algo and take a look what it is saying, short term, we're going to run into some resistance here on 13.5 cents. But when you come out to the weekly chart, that's where we're going to kind of see, all right, so a little bit lower than this, even though this is a breakout pattern, I'm going to adjust this and say the top of our order block and smart trail, 17.5 cents is going to be the target to watch. Let's get rid of that. This is going to be my zone to keep an eye on over the next couple of weeks as we move closer towards / right after election season. I think Dogecoin is going to be in this box right here. Let's see how our oscillators are performing. We got a nice little buy signal in play at the moment. Green reversal, bullish momentum, positive money flow. You guys have been trading with our VIP trading group. You guys know that this call out, this strategy means that we should be targeting our smart trail once again, and that's going to be right here in this blue box that I just drew for you. So there you go, Dogecoin holders. You should see some profits here very, very soon. We'll reevaluate after that's done. The upside right now by end of year, probably looking around 27 cents coming up into our red resistance band. But for now, all eyes on that 15 to 17 cent zone coming sometime in November. Let's keep moving on and take a look at a coin that a lot of you guys in our community have been talking about. A lot of you guys hold it. I personally don't. And if you're newer to crypto, I preach caution when it comes to meme coin investing. That being said, this coin has been in the top 100 for a long time now, multiple months. It's picked up a lot of fandom and a big community, which means I no longer consider it one of the extremely risky picks in the meme coin space, but it's still something. Anytime you have an asset that really has no utility other than it has a lot of holders, you want to be cautious with large investments. That being said, let's take a look at what Bonk is doing right now. Let's start off on the daily chart. We might have to work our way out towards that weekly chart as well. Man, I got a lot of price things in here. There we go. Now, we have been tracking here on Bonk a symmetrical triangle pattern since back here on February 25th. You guys can see several touches on this red descending line of resistance, but recently, we've actually gotten a full breakout. We had a little bit of a bull trap in play back in early October, but what we've seen here more recently, now we've had three daily candles open and close above this red line. That is a very good sign for all of the bulls. Where could we go with this price action? Well, for that, we're going to actually go to this bottom up to this top, move this over to the last major support level, and this would say that Bonk could be heading up here towards 405.807 is the expectation based off this breakout pattern. When I turn on Lux Algo, the bigger place to keep an eye on would be this order block right in here where we have our daily take profit. Let's go ahead and put a box right here. This is a target probably keep an eye on. Again, targeting election season, right there on early November 5th, November 10th area. Look for 40293. But when you make your way out towards the weekly chart, let's take a look and see what's happening there. It actually kind of agrees with that same sentiment here, with that smart trail being right in that same area. This is not a very old coin here on the weekly chart. It's been around since at least January of 2023. But on the weekly chart, we do not have enough candles to get our red resistance band. My guess is it probably would be in this same category of where we had the breakout from our symmetrical triangle up here around 4058 or so. But that being said, it's not 100% certain. We're going to have to continue to monitor that as we go along. But something people should be aware of, and let's go ahead and get rid of some things here. Let's turn off Lux Algo. A much more bullish formation could be in play. We're going to actually get rid of this, and we're going to talk about this formation right here. So same trend line here on the weekly chart, but we're going to go with all the way up here with candle body closes. This is the making of a weekly chart pattern that could be a bull pennant. Right? So when you have a channel attached to a massive rally, you call those bull flags. When you have a pennant, meaning either a wedge or a triangle of some kind, you call them pennants. Either way, they work out very, very similarly. For the sake of this, I'm going to go ahead and go off the log and go linear, which is not as explosive as you would like it to be. But we're going to go ahead and attach it to here. Well, we got to go back to the log. We'll go back to the log, and we'll just address the price action here. Because that linear is going to not give us what we want to see here. But the reason I draw this is because there's going to be other traders who use this exact same pattern to make their trade opinions known. This pattern with the outlandish price prediction could send the price up to 2040. All right, that is absolute madness right there. That would be on 170x. Do I think that's going to happen? No, probably not. Not in this bull market, but it's something to keep an eye on, that there will be traders looking for major moves to the upside based off that formation. I think realistically, we've actually done analysis on this a long time ago. I put the realistic expectations on the low end, highest it could get 306. High end 201. This would still be an amazing rally from current price action for Bonk. We have an amazing Saturday show coming out that we're going to be addressing where coins should be in the top 50. We've got an amazing discussion to talk with you guys about where Bonk could be. Could there be a lot of money made on this coin? Absolutely, there could. But at the moment, that's what you need to know about its technical analysis. Short term, we're just looking at a modest little move to 4029. But longer term, there's a lot of upside still on the table for one of the hottest meme coins in this current 2024-2025 bull market. What time? We got 323. T-Shroom, I said I was going to look at AVAX, Dixie, and NVIDIA, but what we're going to do, because it's already 20-some minutes into the show, it's time to get into some news, and towards the end, we'll come back. And if you guys want to see AVAX, TA, or if you have another coin you want to take a look at, we'll take a look at your coins during Q&A section. While everyone is smashing that like button, T-Shroom, why don't you go ahead and break us into the news section? What do you got for us today?
Absolutely, Tim. Let's go ahead and jump right on into it. The top spot Bitcoin ETF trading volume actually surpassed 2.1 billion for the second consecutive day. But that's just the trading volume. Let's look at the inflows. Going ahead and taking a look here, ETFs have surpassed 1 billion in inflows in the last 3 trading days alone. Not months, not years. 1 billion in 3 days. That's bullish. It looks like today we're buying even more. Institutions are loading up, and soon there will not be enough Bitcoin left for anyone who's been late to the party. You can see a nice graph here of the recent inflows there on the right side of the screen. Those 3 big histograms that are of the green variety, that is comprised of $1 billion worth of inflows. There's more details. Fidelity and BlackRock have been the standout performers, attracting approximately 760 million combined during this stretch. Flows returned in the green last Friday as the Bitcoin ETFs collectively drew in 253 million, ending the brief outflow streak that lasted 3 consecutive days. On Monday, these funds logged almost 556 million in net inflows, the highest level since early June. So October has been record-setting, and the last 3 days of October has been very bullish. We knew there was going to be, everybody was anticipating a Pumptober, an Uptober, if you will, and it looks like we're getting that delivered. Tim, just how bullish is this? What are your thoughts on these massive historic inflows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of thoughts. I don't want to get it too complicated. I just want to keep it simple. This is buying. This is just more buying pressure. Even though they're not buying Bitcoin directly, they're buying ETFs. BlackRock or Fidelity or whoever's ETF they're purchasing that night after everything is closed has to go and purchase the amount of Bitcoin to back their holdings. And so this is increasing the demand of Bitcoin. This is causing the price to go up because the supply is not getting any more excessive, but demand is increasing. It's increasing on regular exchanges, T-Shroom, and it's increasing on the ETFs. This is all just very simple math. When more and more people buy, the price will go up. That's what we're seeing happen right now.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible. And I think, you might ask why. Why now? Why is the price going up now? Why are folks flipping their dollars, flipping their bonds, flipping stocks, or just flipping dollars into Bitcoin? What is the motivation for them going out and buying these ETF from Fidelity and BlackRock? Well, I think one of the biggest things is something we've already alluded to today, but it's very, very big. It is 58.8%. This has gotten up as high as 60% that Donald Trump will go ahead and take the victory in early November 5th. Now, a lot of folks say, so this is Polymarket, right? This is the betting spread currently. Now, it also breaks down into, state by state. The fact that Trump is winning Michigan is a pretty big deal. But a lot of folks will say, hey, I'm concerned about this because this can be gamed. This can be monkeyed with and manipulated. That's fine, right? If we go and we look at realclear.com, realclearpolitics.com, we can see the RCP poll average. This takes all of the current polling data from all of the different pollsters, and currently it's neck and neck according to the polls. It's 47.5% versus Harris's 49.2%. In top battleground states, I would argue those are the ones that really matter. Donald Trump is actually ahead. Okay, so when you're looking at the legacy data, the old way of gathering predictable data sets for electoral outcomes, it's basically saying it's neck and neck. One of them is saying that Trump is ahead in the battleground, and the other one is saying that in a national polling that Donald Trump is slightly behind. But if you look here, this is the average of not just Polymarket. This is the RCP betting odds. This is bundling, I believe, 10 different betting sites globally where anybody can bet in cryptocurrency or in fiat. And you can see here, this is much more reflective of what we're seeing over on Polymarket, right? So that's just a comprehensive view of the snapshot that we're in right now, which is Donald Trump is pulling away, right? We've seen Harris take the lead. We've seen Donald Trump react to that and then take the lead back. But then Harris took the lead again, right? Now Donald Trump is coming back, and it looks like there may not be a recovery for Harris, at least according to Vegas, according to, gamblers and folks who are willing to put their money where their mouth is. You have to decide for yourself whether or not you believe if that's good data or not, right? And I think there's a legitimate argument to say it's not, but to me, I think that it's at least better data than polling, which we know has been biased in the past and was completely wrong in the 2016 elections with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. So, Tim, I mean, this is the big one. You made an announcement here earlier on.
Yeah.
We have another discussion on Tesla and some money moves that Tesla's made recently. But kind of sticking here for a sec, what are your thoughts here? Is Trump going to win it? Is this a certainty now that he's got Michigan, or he's running ahead in Michigan as well?
Yeah, so nothing's a certainty. There's a talk in sports. A lot of people are going to predict sports games before the game is played, and they'll say, "Oh, I think this team's going to beat this team by X amount of points." But there's this expression that you still have to go out and play the game, right? So right now, it's very much looking like people, at least with their hard-earned money, when they're trying to bet on who they expect to win the presidency, they're heavily. I mean, it's not close right now. They're heavily saying Donald Trump is going to win. There's still 3 weeks until this presidency happened. I want to remind you guys, if you were to back this up to 3 weeks ago, I think Kamala Harris was still in the lead. Maybe my timeline's a little off there. Maybe it was closer towards 50-50, but I think 3 weeks ago, Kamala actually might have had a slight lead. We still have another 3 weeks to happen. A lot can go on. Trump could have an interview where he says something appalling. Kamala could have an interview where she says something amazing. lot of time between now and then. The ball game's still got to get played. However, I want to make sure people understand, I am not in the camp if Kamala Harris wins, crypto crashes. That's not the camp I'm in. I believe cryptocurrency prices will increase in November and December and January and more than likely February and March as well. That's not at question. I think the markets, we've heard a lot of great experts kind of play and give their takes on this as well. The markets are going to pump. But who the next president of the United States is going to be, and the person that's going to enact policies that affect not only our individual lives from social issues, which at the moment are not important when we're talking about the markets, but it's something that's very important overall. But when you look at the policies that affect the economy, that affect the all-time high national debt that we currently have, that affect the fact that inflation might look like it's under control from data points, yet the average American is still every single day struggling more and more to put food on the table, to keep a roof over their families' houses. These are the issues that maybe we don't pay the piper with the problems today, but if we do not have good policies that spark another surge in the economy, that don't help out the everyday individual, a recession is going to come sooner rather than later. And there's a chance. There's some people and economists right now looking at that late quarter one, early quarter two timeline saying, you know what, guys, if we don't get some things fixed, we could have a recession happen early in 2025, in which case I think the bull market ends early. And the most likely outcome to get that recession early 2025 is if Kamala Harris wins the presidency and large businesses feel worried about their ability to exist in the United States, they start to leave. Unemployment starts to skyrocket. The economy starts to tumble early, and then we have an early bull market. If Donald Trump wins, on the other hand, the at least perception at the moment, and again, I've said to you guys in the beginning, you can disagree with this take all you want, and that's okay. I respect your right to disagree. But I'm going to tell you guys, this is my personal opinion about how this will work. And several experts in the economic fields have kind of backed this up. We watch how business owners are operating. If Donald Trump wins presidency, there's a confidence that businesses will prosper, that the economy will come under control, that will finally, with the help from Elon Musk and RFK, will have government oversight called the DOGE Committee, the Department of, Department of Government Efficiency, that actually works to tackle the rising inflation problem, the rising debt problem. We spark the economy once again. Jobs go up, pay goes up, and therefore assets and stock market goes up as well. And we have what I would consider potentially an extended bull market that goes actually in 2026. That is what we're waiting on right now. And while I still think a lot of this pump we've had over the last couple of days, T-Shroom, is going to come from added liquidity, definitely from China and Asia, but even liquidity here in the United States as we've been cutting rates now. We had our first rate cut of 50 basis points last month. You also cannot disregard the fact that Trump isn't just leading right now. He's running away with the poly market polls. He's running away with the opinions. We're watching the news. I watch Fox. I'll watch CNN. I'll watch CBS. I don't trust any of them, right? I don't listen to any of these mainstream media sources and think that everything they say is 100% true. But I do watch them to gauge the sentiment of where the election is. And if you watch it right now, channels that lean conservative are just booming with confidence. Channels that lean left and lean liberal, they're floundering. They're scratching at anything they can get a hold of because they're freaking out. Right now, it very much looks like Donald Trump is well in the lead. And even though we have 3 weeks until this is all said and done, the markets are responding. Businesses and business owners and investors are responding with the resounding confidence that they can go safely back into the stock market, safely back into crypto, and be safe in their investments. This is why markets are pumping, and it's the reason why. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Anyone who wants Harris to be president, good for you. That's your American right to want her to be president. Go vote for her. I urge you to use your right to go vote for her. But you cannot sit here and argue with me and tell me that the data says that she will be better for crypto, that she will be better for the economy, because everything we're watching says the exact opposite.
Yeah, but the thing is, Tim, is at the end of the day, Kamala Harris is just more brat than
She's
Trump.
More brat.
She's more brat. She's got the brat vote. So that's that can sneak up from behind sometimes. So you have to be careful. But Tim, we do have some more. We do have some more stories here because this morning, Crux and I we went live and we talked a lot about Grayscale and the potential new ETFs that are going to be coming out for coins like Caspa and Sui, right? But we also talked about a story, and we had to dispel some chaos that was going on in the markets because folks were freaking out about this headline. Tesla shifts entire $765 million worth of Bitcoin holdings, sparking strategy speculation. Now, we went much more into detail this morning, but I'll briefly kind of explain to you all. The move marks the first time that Tesla's Bitcoin wallet has been active since June 2022. And SpaceX did not move their Bitcoin, which is valued at $553 million. So there is a date to watch here. It's October 23rd is when the Tesla will have a public third quarter financial report where Elon will more than likely shed some light on this, if not before. But Tim, the question for you is, as this news has developed, if this is the first time you're hearing about this, we're going to try to put you at ease, right? Ultimately, this is, my take is that there's nothing to be worried about here, right? But for some folks who are newer to crypto, newer to investing, this may be startling, especially if you've read headlines that are trying to startle you and trying to get you to sell your Bitcoin, right? So Tim, why shouldn't I be scared?
Well, the first reason people should not be scared is because we really do not know what's happening. And if we have a reason to think that they're going to sell, we're not going to hide that information. We'll tell you as soon as it happens. It will be out there, right? This is the world of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. Now that Arkham has their wallets tagged, and now they have these new wallets tagged, we will know what they're trying to do with crypto. You don't have to worry about finding out the information. But according to this article, there's no affiliation these new wallets have with any type of exchange unless they're going to sell these coins over the counter to, say, like a Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, in which case that has no effect on price whatsoever. So that's a nothing burger. Unless they're planning on doing that, this move doesn't suggest selling. It just suggests them moving it around. What could that be? We could spend all day speculating on different reasons why Tesla would want to move Bitcoin from one wallet to the other, and we'd waste our time because we'd come up with 174 theories and we would all be wrong, right? We don't know what's happening, but what we do know is these are not movements that look to be right before a massive sell-off. They're simply redistributing. Again, are they planning to sell to someone over the counter? No big problem. Are they planning on redistributing it to use for different things? Maybe they want to put it in different departments? No big problem. At the end of the day, we can ask questions. We can speculate all day long. What's most important is Bitcoin about to be sold in bulk? And right now, the answer is no. We can just move on. We can sleep easy at night. Everything else right now is bullish. This one is just confusing. Don't hurt yourself thinking about it too long.
That's right, Tim. And then the other thing that should set your mind at ease, this is not going to happen, bros. But if they were to go ahead and liquidate, and meaning sell onto the market, that is the worst case scenario. This is not even $1 billion. It's close to $1 billion, right? $750 million, but it is not that much, right? In my estimation, this would, at current prices, this would probably bring Bitcoin's price maybe down to like 57, something like that. If that, right, that would be, I think, the most extreme. How do I know this, right? Because Germany, in around, I think it was late July, early August, they moved $3.2 billion worth of Bitcoin, and it really didn't make the Bitcoin market move more than, I think, 15% to the downside, right? So not insignificant, right? There was definitely some weak hands that got capitulated there, but overall, even if they were to sell, which I don't even think that that's what's going on here at all, even if they were to sell, it would not rock the market too much. It would get bought, especially with all this fury to the upside.
Now,
so
T-Shroom, we got to pause here for a second.
We do have to pause.
And I missed this a while ago. Bedridden reminded me, but we had it wasn't a super chat, but FJCA gifted 10 new bros memberships. And unfortunately, as I'm scrolling the comments, I don't know if you can go further. I don't think I can read all 10. I see Francisco Contreras, I think that might be it. I see James. I see Paul B. I see Crypto Ben Franklin, J Baker 017, and Gary C. were all gifted memberships. But that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 4 people that unfortunately my comment when I'm scrolling, I cannot get back to them. But First of all, thank you so much to FJCA, or am I going to say I'm dyslexic here? FJCA, I was right there. Thank you to FJCA for gifting those memberships. There will be a members-only stream called Bro Time right after the stream today. It's going to be in our Discord, but all of our YouTube members and Discord members get to be a part of it. You guys, if you guys got gifted those memberships, hurry up, go connect to Discord, and you can be a part of it. It's going to be a great time. We also got a super chat from James F., but James, we don't read shills. This is that same coin that was shilled the other day. So unfortunately, James, not going to read it, but thank you so much for the money. Mods, be prepared. Get ready. We've seen this happen a couple days now. If you start to see curious looking comments with clear shilling of random altcoins, please help us get some of those comments removed. And, we don't like to ban anyone here on the channel. There's obviously certain reasons why certain people get banned. But time people out. If people want to continue to repeat and shill projects, time them out for 30 minutes. They can come back and try again tomorrow. If they want to shill again, we'll time them out again. But thank you so much to our mods, and thank you so much for those super chats and support of the channel.
All right. Well, Tim, someone else who might be getting banned is Elizabeth Warren. We're not going to go into too much detail because this is hey, that's what we do here. We're not going to go into too much detail here because this has a lot to do with Massachusetts politics, which we're just not going to get into. But what I will say is, for those of you at home who are pro-crypto, there may be a few of you watching, this was a very interesting listen. Pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin Massachusetts Senate candidate John Deaton debates Elizabeth Warren on Bitcoin. And there were some really, really interesting moments in this interview. I will urge you all to go watch. If you just type in Elizabeth Warren, John Deaton on YouTube, it will come up. It's not the most exciting interview in the world, right? But this is pretty cool for a little inside baseball for crypto folks. Go ahead, Tim.
I will say, the world was taken by storm back in 2015 when Donald Trump acted on a debate stage like no other representative had acted at all time, attacking people, going after people. It was, what's his name? Shane Gillis, probably the hottest comedian around right now, probably the funniest guy out there. He made a joke about it. He's like, it just blew everyone away, made debates entertaining. Well, John Deaton did something that I'd never seen anyone do either last night when he straight up, and I'm not paraphrasing, I'm not making this up or just kind of putting words in his mouth. He literally said to Senator Warren, Elizabeth Warren, or we call her Auntie Beth, he said, you senators, y'all suck. Not making it up. That was probably my favorite part about the whole thing. Didn't know you said that on political debate stages. But is he wrong is the question. I say no. No, he's not. It's very good to see John Deaton doing well. To be fair, it's not that hard. Elizabeth Warren didn't really have any defense for anything because she is so mixed up with who she is working for and who she's supposed to be making points for. It's easy when you have not been bought to beat people who have been bought.
Mm-hmm. Crypto Redbot said Lizarbeth got roasted. That's some funny tinfoil joke right there. But so I just say go listen to that debate. It was definitely entertaining for folks who are inside crypto and know the ins and outs. If you are in the state of Massachusetts and you are interested in seeing the innovation that blockchain can bring to the world, go vote for John Deaton. Right. Obviously, he is going to be responsible for a lot of other issues, so make sure you understand his positions on other issues too. But if you are, if you're a one-issue voter in Massachusetts, and you really want crypto freedom, go vote for John Deaton. I believe he's running. He's running as a Republican there. So, So we're at the point now, Tim, in the show where we are going to get a little bit of a test to see how intelligent you are, Tim. This is the factoid of the day. This is some people's favorite part of the show, some people's least favorite part of the show. Let us know in the chat, do you like the factoid of the day?
Yeah, real quick before we do that, while we're doing the factoid of the day, Crux, can you put a poll in chat? I've seen a lot of different requests, but the ones that I've seen, seems like more. Give us 4 options. What do people want to hear technical analysis on after the factoid of the day? Chainlink, AVAX, XRP or Ethereum. People haven't necessarily asked for AVAX, but it was what I had planned, so I'm going to put that up there. But we will let the people vote and decide, what do you want to hear technical analysis on? Again, Link, AVAX, XRP, or ETH. Put that poll up there, Crux. We'll allow people to vote, and then when we're done with the factoid, we will get into that technical analysis. What do you got for me today, T-Shroom?
All right. Well, Tim, today's Factoid of the day is brought to you all by who we trust with our crypto taxes, and that is decrypted.tax. Look no further than the link in the description for 25% off excellent tax services for your crypto portfolio. Today, the Factoid of the day actually has an image to go along with it. Tim, this is a loom. Okay, this is going to be important here. Yep. Which car company was originally a loom manufacturer before transitioning to automobiles? Tim, was it A, Toyota, B, Nissan, C, Hyundai, or D, Subaru? Let us know in the chat.
Subaru, am I allowed to ask a question? What country is Subaru from? Because Subaru's not an Asian company, is it?
It's a country that has a history of looms, but all of the other countries do have a history of looms as well.
I think most countries have a history of looms. Toyota, I'm really kind of putting this down. I know that Toyota, Nissan, Hyundai are Japanese vehicles. I would not be surprised if one of those were first a loom factory. I'm going to go with... I wish I knew what these words meant exactly. I'm going to go with eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Nissan. I don't know why. I'm just because I can't limit it down, but I'm going to go with Nissan was a... Oh, wait, no. Can I change it last second?
Sure.
I'm going to go the opposite here because, again, I really don't know. I'm going to remove Toyota, Nissan, and Hyundai and go Subaru. I'm going to go D, Subaru, and say it's the outlier. That's the right answer.
All right. Was this the critical last-minute change that will redeem Tim's intelligence to the bros?
If it's B, I'll be heartbroken. Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't right.
The correct answer was A, Toyota, originally founded as a textiles company. Tim,
okay.
How are you feeling right about now, my man?
Listen, I didn't know one way or the other, so the fact that I didn't even get it narrowed down to two, I have a lot to work to do, T-Shirt, when it comes to my history of loom businesses and which ones became car manufacturers.
You do.
And today I found out it's Toyota. Is there any reason for that particular poll today?
Tesla was in the news. I'll just say that. I think that may have been related.
Okay,
but
right.
it's just a good day to be brat, Tim. It's a really good day to be brat.
Thank you.
That's all I'll say. Let's go ahead and check out some of those crypto altcoins.
All right, so what I'm seeing at the moment poll-wise, AVAX has a commanding lead with Ethereum and Chainlink kind of hovering right there on 20%. Keep voting. I'll probably have time to do at least two of these. And then, T-Shirt, keep your eyes on other questions as well. Doesn't just have to be the chart questions. Let's take a look here at AVAX. We have been tracking the falling wedge pattern that AVAX was in since back here in March of 2024. We predicted the breakout could send the price up here. This absolutely moved. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it. This could break out back to $37 according to the prediction of the opening of this falling wedge pattern to the last support touch. $37 is a level we've been projecting for a while. I believe there was something, whether it's a weekly chart or, the weekly chart corresponds perfectly with our smart trail and a big order block in that camp. But you can see here on the weekly chart, major support AVAX hit on that more recent dip. We told you even here on the channel, we thought that right there, when we wicked here back in August, we thought that would be the bottom based off the charts. And at the moment, it appears that we are correct. However, that being said, we are rejecting at the moment. The last couple of days, we rejected on this order block of resistance set back here on September 27th. If you come over here, we don't quite have a sell signal because we never got a red reversal, but you do see the daily charts, MACD, looking like it wants to cross bearish right there. You see the RSI cooling off after getting back up above the 50. I don't think it's necessarily crazy to think that we could come back down in here to the $25 mark before we regroup and go back to the upside. But let's take a look at the 4-hour. What does the next couple of days look like? Because clearly there's a trend at the moment right here that needs to be, people need to be aware of. If you were to kind of go back with this extends to past support levels as well. In fact, it's going to go back all the way right here. So you can kind of find a long-term uptrend here with the AVAX charts. Let's turn this blue for support. Could we make a move back down? Does that still fall in the camp of 25? Yeah, around 26 could get really interesting here. You do see a take profit on a recent sell signal here for AVAX. So not going to be surprised whatsoever. While Bitcoin's going up, other things are going up. Watching AVAX fall, it's because the charts are saying we were a little oversold, we're cooling off, and there's probably going to be a lot of buying pressure happening here, somewhere between $26 and $25. There's your AVAX technical analysis. What about this? We're not at a buy signal on the 4-hour chart, but unlike the daily chart, it does look like the MACD starting to curve back to the upside. We got a green reversal in bullish momentum. If the money flow starts to go positive again, we will have a good buy signal on that 4-hour chart and would warrant a push back up towards $29 because of it. Keep you posted. If you want to know more and keep up to date with what's happening with AVAX and potentially look to trade it, join our VIP trading group today. We've been crushing it this week with some of our trades. If you want to be a part of it, there's several different options. Check out the links down below. You can purchase Luxalgo and use these amazing indicators. Just make sure you use our link and connect into our Discord. You also can purchase VIP trading levels like the Ultimates or the Pro Bros levels of our membership options. All of that to help you learn how to trade with a great community, and educate you on the wise practices of investing. By the way, just to promote this for the VIP group, the other day, I think it was yesterday, I made for my VIP members my 10 rules to trading. These are 10 rules that over the last couple of years as I've been trading, I have formulated into my trades, and that is what I hold responsible for why I am a profitable trader. I'm not losing money hand over fist. These rules paired with proper technical analysis is what makes people successful traders. If you want to get access to those rules, join the VIP group today. You will not regret it. T-Shroom, there is our AVAX technical analysis. Did you see anything in chat before we go and take a look at it? Looks like Link is the next highest choice. Anything you saw in chat before we do some Link technical analysis?
Yeah, there's a decent amount of shout-outs for Jasmy, but I know that we did a little Jasmy yesterday.
We did. Well, yeah, we did Jasmy yesterday. We talked about Jasmy, I think, a good amount with our VIP traders, but I don't think we're going to have time for a third one. So we're going to hold off on Jasmy, but maybe Jasmy makes the list tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled for other
Tim,
things going out there. Oh, yep.
We have to issue this massive correction because you said that all of the car manufacturers were Japanese. You couldn't have been more wrong. Hyundai is Korean. So
is it?
So, yeah.
I thought it was Japanese.
Subaru is Japanese, and I think the rest of them were.
Okay.
But that's
that wouldn't have helped me because my thought was if I could choose which one wasn't similar to the others, Toyota was Japanese and it ended up being the right answer. So thank you for the correction, but it did not help my decision making either. But I will never again ever say that Hyundai was a Japanese car company. It is Korean. You have a changed man right here when it comes to that information. All right, let's look at Chainlink here. Chainlink, not doing a whole heck of a lot, right? Tomorrow I'm going to be putting out a price prediction video where I talk about how bullish I am on Chainlink. But the charts, I'm not going to sit here and spew a lie to you and say the charts are looking amazing because they're not looking amazing. That being said, in the shorter time frame, when things start to cook, when Bitcoin starts to make its move above 70K, we're going to see Chainlink go to the upside. Let's pause right here and just make sure we're referencing what we're going to see over the next couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen, will be Bitcoin outpacing many cryptos. So do not be surprised. Do not think that altcoins are dead simply because you're going to start to see Bitcoin making big moves, Bitcoin dominance climbing a lot higher, and a lot of your favorite altcoins, maybe they're still bullish, maybe they're sideways, but not doing a whole lot. That is a normal part of this part of the cycle. If it's still happening like that in January, let's have another conversation. There's some problems that could be at foot. But for right now, you got to see Bitcoin take the early lead. You're going to see Bitcoin run out to a nice head start, and then altcoins come later. When I come back over here to the Chainlink chart, that's kind of what we have going on right here. We have set a higher high for the first time in this pullback since those highs back in March, but nothing necessarily that dramatic. The expectation over the next couple of weeks is we'll probably make a move up here towards $15. Let's turn on our daily chart. This is where our take profit from a recent buy signal has given us a trigger for into that red resistance cloud. We've bounced now off of a major order block along with the daily smart trail. So that is some very strong support. And we're even technically, we printed a buy signal right back here on October 5th that we're still operating in that should make a move up at least to this 1347, 1350 order block. But I do think a bigger move could be coming up here towards 15. Over the next couple of days, though, let's look at the 4-hour chart, see what it is saying. Right now, it's a mixed bag. We'll get a buy and then a sell, and then a buy and then a sell. We do right now have take profits up above us at $12, but we have a smart trail back down here at 1084. So that's kind of my two zones I'm looking for. If we start to run off to the upside, you're probably looking at some form of resistance around $12. If we start to move down to the downside, probably support around 1085. Our oscillators at the moment, I'm going to give the edge towards the bears because we just crossed bearish here over the last two candles on our MACD. We do not have a sell signal just yet, but we are kind of dangerously close to one. Red reversal, bearish momentum, and that money flow looks like it's about to turn negative. You do want to see the candle close where that happens. If that does happen, and I'm right, guess what? We're just going to make a move back down to this smart trail. Nothing major. We're going to keep in line with a rising level of support right here over the last couple of days. Bounce there, and then it's about reevaluating to the upside. Daily chart, though, the next couple of weeks, I still give the bullish lean. Right? Still a good case for a move back up here. Again, $13.50 to $15 is my targets over the next couple of weeks, but that's what we're looking at here on Chainlink. Hopefully that helps. Michael says cash chart. I do believe we took a look at Caspa yesterday, right? So go back and watch yesterday's show. It's not going to be crazy different technical analysis. Caspa's not doing anything nuts necessarily right now. Someone said earlier that XRP looked super bullish. Not really. Just a quick glance at this chart, T-shirt. I'm not going to do a lot of in-depth technical analysis. XRP, it fell pretty dramatically back early October, has not made up a lot of ground. Keep your eyes on 56, 57 cents. That has been an historical level of support and resistance for XRP for a very long time now. The fact that we're below that level means that we're not crazy bullish right now. In fact, what we need XRP to do, once again, let's turn this off. I said I wasn't going to go in depth, but we need to. Why was this fake out not acceptable? Well, remember when I talked about Bitcoin earlier? You not only have to close a daily candle above the line, you need to open and close a candle above resistance for you to feel confident. XRP did not do this back here at the end of September. So even though for the first time in years we broke above this red resistance level, we have not confirmed a breakout. Wake me up. Now the September's over. I don't have to wait for the Green Day song. Wake me up when we open and close a daily candle above this red line. After that, XRP has a good chance of rallying above $1 pretty quickly. But that is not happening at the moment. So therefore, I would not agree with the statement that XRP looks bullish right now. I think it looks a lot like the rest of the altcoin space. It's not alt season. It's not doing very much. But when that happens, when it breaks out above, things can really get going very, very fast. I haven't given up on XRP. I still hold a bag of XRP. I still think XRP hits close to, if not new all-time highs. I just don't think it's the greatest investment of all assets out there for the rest of this bull market. But if you want to hear more about our thoughts on that, again, I don't feel we've ever promoted an upcoming live show T-shirt the way we're promoting this Saturday show. You do not want to miss Saturday. I believe we're going to go live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time instead of the normal 11. Mm-hmm. Set an alarm on your phone, in your Google Calendar. Write it on your favorite child's forehead so you do not forget. Yes. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're going to want to be here for the Bros Live Show where we give you our predictions for the top 50 coins by the end of this bull market. We're going to rank them where they're going to be. And then because of that conversation, you'll have a healthy understanding of why my price predictions are what they are. You do not want to miss it. T-Shroom, Crux, and myself will all break it down for you guys. It's going to be awesome. T-Shroom, it's 3:59. It's time to wrap it up. Anything you have to say before we close out the show today?
Well, we've got bro time right after this, so go ahead and jump on in to the Discord. We'll get our bro time going, and that is one of my favorite times of the week. We just kick back. Maybe we'll talk crypto. Maybe we'll talk politics. Maybe we'll talk space travel, but we're going to be doing it huge right after the end of the stream at bro time in the Discord. Tim, you want to lead us out?
Absolutely. Guys, as we close out today's show, earlier in the show, I mentioned the post that I put on X. I still encourage you guys to go and read it, but I want to go a little deeper as we close out the show and explain a little bit as to why my mood has changed, my thoughts have changed, my tone has changed in the political world. It is not because my hopes, my faith, my dreams rest in the hands of politicians. In fact, they don't do that at all. Donald Trump is the man that I'm going to vote for, but he is not my savior. He is not going to fix the major problems that plague this world. My hope is that he simply slows down some of the problems. I gave an analogy that the world is like a burning building with billions of people trapped inside. Donald Trump is not going to save that building. Billions of people will still die. But as a firefighter, if you run into a hopeless building, you don't just give up because the flames are too powerful. You still use every weapon in your arsenal, like your hose, like your axe, like everything you have to try and save as many people as possible. And in this analogy, the place that I do put my hope and faith, the place that T-Shroom puts his hope and faith, the reason this channel exists is not solely to help people invest and create financial freedom, but it's to help people live a prosperous and joy-filled life. And in my personal belief system, the only way that's actually really possible is in a relationship with Jesus Christ. And right now, I've just been praying through this very hard. I need to be more outspoken. I need to be more emphatic about what I really want for people, how I really want to help. If Jesus is not for you, if you don't like Christianity, that is completely fine. I still love you. Jesus still loves you. This channel is not going to become the beginning to end Christian channel that does nothing but shove the gospel down people's throats. That's completely not what I'm talking about right here. But what I am saying is that if you are out there right now and you are hurting, if you are lost, if you are broken, if there's no one that you feel loves you or cares about you, I want you to know first and foremost, Jesus cares and loves you, but I also do as well. And so does T-Shroom. And if any of you need anything, please reach out. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. Come into Discord. Hit us up on X. We are not here just to help your pocketbook. We are here to help you as people. And Jesus didn't come for the people that have their lives figured out. He came for those who were completely lost. If I'm talking to you, if I'm striking a nerve, please do not hesitate to reach out. We love you guys. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Adios.